I'm Denny Denhartog with AgroECOPower. I've been with the company ever since they came to the United States, and my background is I sold agriculture equipment for 20 years. Run on to AgroECOPower on an online application. Thought they had some interesting products and started checking into them. My main concern was to make sure what they were selling was safe, it actually worked, and something that you could be proud to sell.
I'm Lucas Powell, Sales and Operations Manager USA. I'm proud to represent AgroECOPower in the United States. It's a company with a history and reputation going back to 1997 in Europe. We've got operations in the United States since 2014.
After running the tractor that we tuned, I feel that the horsepower advantage and the more torque and better fuel economy all played into what makes us happy with our tractor that we tuned. We could definitely tell a big difference in all three of those.
The one that would stand out the most would be the mid-range torque. I mean, that's something that you can feel as you're working the machine, whether it's a piece of equipment, a tractor, or like in our combines, when you're going uphill in our terrain that we have, and you start unloading on the go. I mean, the added horsepower and the torque just to be able to get through some of them tough pulls, especially on the trucks. It's real easy and real apparent to see that mid-range torque, especially.
After we had the tune put on, it was a no-brainer to have it done. We got great returns for the dollar. I think probably the savings in fuel paid for it in slightly over a year.
When we pull an 18-foot ripper in the fall with our big tractor, and beforehand we would run probably 25, 26 gallons of diesel fuel through that tractor per hour. And after this past fall when we ran that, you could tell that it ran much freer and much easier. We could pull it about a mile to a mile and a half an hour faster, and we were probably only running like 22, 23 gallons of fuel an hour through that tractor. So if that doesn't tell you what these tunes can do for you, I don't know what will.
They never take the tractor as far as I might take it if I had done it myself, versus a power box where you can just flip the switches and keep adding more and more and more power. They only take it what they feel is safe for the engine and the equipment.
Yeah, hindsight's always 20/20. Once we tuned that first combine, it's like, well, geez, why haven't we had all this stuff tuned before? But yeah, so I mean, now we've got almost all of our equipment that can be tuned is tuned, and it's almost a no-brainer now. The most recent purchase we had in a mechanical front tractor, it was we didn't even put it out in the field before we had it tuned, just because we had the confidence in our other pieces of equipment, and it was just kind of a no-brainer to just have it done, and because we figured we'd be wanting it done anyway. We figured we'd be disappointed with it in the stock setting, basically, so we just went ahead and we'll get it scheduled to get tuned up even before it went into the field the first time.
When I first heard about AgroECOPower, I was not reluctant to go with these guys at all. We'd talked with some neighbor farmers that had done some stuff with them, and they kind of calmed our fears about anything that those guys had done for them.
I was very reluctant. We had run some plug-and-play things, some boxes, and some of them we got along good with and some we didn't, but the warranty pushed us over the edge on doing the EcoTune.
You don't have to spend that extra money to get the biggest and baddest one when you can get a lower range horsepower tractor that I would say, as long as the specs on the tractor itself, are able to handle that higher horsepower, then yeah, it'd be a no-brainer to get a lower horsepower tractor and have them tune it. I mean, the money for different horsepower ranges, can span tens of thousands of dollars sometimes, and a tune from AgroECOPower is a fraction of that.
After using the tuning, I do wish that we would have known about it sooner. You look back of how much more money we could have saved on the amount of fuel. You could definitely feel like that it's worth your money.
When we come up to big hills, and we have some really big hills, the equipment goes right over. Rather than lugging it down and overloading the combine or overloading the powertrain on the sprayer, it just goes over the top of it. The machine runs free. It just runs real free and easy.
After running the tractor that we tuned, I do not feel that it is hard on the tractor. If anything, I feel that it's easier on the tractor, just from the standpoint that we can pull our tillage implements easier and faster. It just doesn't seem to work the tractor near as hard as what it did before. Before it would struggle and lug the tractor, and now it just kind of sails along without a care in the world. I'm Alex Schrecker, and I drive tractors, combines, and sprayers.
I am Brian Pickard, and I run a farm here in central Iowa.
I'm Jacob Benda, and I farm here in Toledo, Iowa.